This story begins on Earth in our near future. Action. Tires spin, kicking up sand. You hear the buzz of an electric engine. You're a few hours inland from Hollywood in a vehicle speeding through the high desert. At the end of this long, remote road is a massive, futuristic arena. It reminds you of a sports arena, but it is much, much larger and much, much more grand. Chuck, describe your character and what vehicle you're in.
My character's name is Cole Steele, and he is a certified fake-ass martial artist, aka badass. He is 6'5", built like a brick house. Oh, hold on a second. Wait, I gotta put these on for you guys. I got these just for this occasion.
This is an audio format, but Chuck has just put on some very stylish futuristic shades.
Imagine Geordie LaForge-esque kind of ish. I don't know.
Like if Geordie wore Ray-Bans.
Yeah, I think they look a lot more cooler than Geordie does.
Or Oakleys. If Geordie Oakleys.
Very, very futuristic. So these are the sunglasses that these are the shades that Cole Steele wears all the time. All the time.
Now you got to take a picture of yourself, and we're going to post it on social media.
Also, we can totally see the reflection of your computer on the glasses. And why are you also
hide
looking
the
at
porn.
pornography? Yeah, while we're trying to play D&D.
I knew it. I knew you did that.
Character. You can't see.
Why you're always so distracted, just looking at butts.
That's why I never know what's going on here. Yeah, so he is wearing black, basically just like combat armor with shades of like an orange reflective like vest over the front, camo pants, tactical boots, a thick ass mustache, and black spiked hair. And that's my guy. I'm rolling up in a GT 500. Driving myself, because that's how I do it.
Also, at a different time, driving down that road, is Robbie Ponder. Robbie, describe your character and vehicle.
Hello. My character's name is Devon Lark, and he is a parkour influencer. So, like the first movie that Devon did, at first Devon became famous because he started posting videos of himself doing parkour, like on how do I say YouTube without saying the word YouTube?
Future YouTube.
TubeU.
Future video platforms.
Like a future video platform of himself doing some parkour tricks where Devon became pretty famous. And so one of his first movies was an exclusive onto that platform of where Devon snuck into the Amazon Prime building that was being constructed. And during this video, he climbs up to the building and being chased by security, and he records himself doing it. And then right at the very end, Devon just jumps off the building and opens up a parachute. So does all these parkour jumps and flips, a lot of acrobatics. So Devon is cruising along, and he's driving a dirt bike, and he's just doing some crazy tricks on his dirt bike. Sometimes he'll sit on it backwards and just do wheelies and jumping around on his dirt bike as he's driving along this dusty trail and kicking up a bunch of dust.
And so that was, and you're talking about when you got famous, it was for some tricks and some stunts you pulled on this building.
Yes, and I was pulling up a whole bunch of stunts and tricks, recording myself doing it, posting myself as a long movie that I posted on the internet. And the entire time, like, the security is chasing me, and this security officer, she's the head security officer, her name is Tanya Bladeson. And one of my famous tricks that I did is they're chasing me, they lost me, and I was hiding up in this rafter area where I just kind of dropped down, hanging on by my legs, and I dropped down right in front of her, I just give her a kiss, and then I run away. And that was basically, it was like a death kiss, because now she's after me hardcore. She's trying to get me.
Are we telling our backgrounds or are describing our characters?
Have
I'm
you ever
opening
not
this up.
had Robbie say his whole background? Has that ever happened?
I'm like, did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong?
You're fine, Chuck.
You
Yeah,
I'm
you
fine.
listen to the instructions the DM gives you, and you do them, unless you're Robbie,
He said,
in which case
he
you
said-
do whatever the fuck you want.
You know,
describe your character, and I put on my sunglasses for my
he
character.
said
I'm
describe our
getting in
vehicle.
character.
He said
Yeah,
describe
and
our
I
vehicle.
described my vehicle. He didn't say describe your background. Oh, I'm a parkour YouTube star. Oh man, I'm jumping off buildings. I'm kissing Sonya Blade. Like, what are you talking about?
With a
Tanya.
T.
Okay.
We can't say Sonya. That other name, that's copyright.
Well, let me talk to you about my background because my favorite actor back in the day was Stefan Seagill. So, should I tell you about my background at all? Like, no.
So, Robbie, what does Devon even look like?
So Devon's pretty young. He's 17 years old.
Wait, so
He's pretty.
Well, how long ago did you get famous? Because this building's been under construction for years. Were you like a real young guy when that video landed?
That's 17. Yeah, 17. That's when Devon got his first movie contract at 17.
Okay.
And that was 3 years ago. So are you saying the building's still under construction?
Oh, the building's done, and this is the first project happening there.
Okay, so yeah, we're like 3 years from when I first started, when I first got my first movie contract. So we're 3 years from now. So my age currently is 20.
Okay, cool. And of course, we have Matt Poppich. Tell us all about yourself.
Well, my name is Matt Poppich. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. Just
And your
kidding.
D&D
okay,
character.
Beowulf. And my D&D character. Okay, I'm more interested in that. So my character's name is Beowulf. You see him driving in a car. He's probably probably got like a 5 o'clock shadow. He skipped leg day. Like he's like a monster. He's like the Hulk from the waist up, and then just like no, it's like he didn't do anything with his legs at all. He's just pure upper body, nothing lower body. Probably he's like mid 40s. Probably got some gray hair going on, wily gray hair, like graying. You know, it's like pitch black, but with like specks of gray. Got some salt and pepper look going on. He's massive, again, upper body, but his car, he's got like an old beat up Jetta, past his prime. Maybe a little bit of a gut, not major, but I mean, definitely there's muscle underneath, but he's just like hasn't been keeping up to a regiment as he used to when he was younger and like a pure action star.
My name is Casey Sears, and this is Crit Sandwich. Welcome to Crit Sandwich Season 10. On this season, the characters are actors. We are playing through the plot of Mortal Kombat, and the setting, well, the setting will be Candyland, but we got to get there first. One by one, the three of you arrive and get settled in your rooms. The architecture inside this arena is grand, with tall, tall windows looking out over the vast desert. The interior walls are covered with waterfalls and plants. It is a beautiful and lush facility. After you've settled, robotic assistants bring you in from your rooms to a tunnel leading to the inner circle of the massive arena. At the end of a bridge flanked by two rocky waterfalls is a plain woman with a dirty blonde ponytail and large glasses. She's simply dressed in a gray sweater and blue jeans. She has drone-operated, paper-thin floating video screens that follow her around. Three of you know who she is. She's the director, Ms. Linda Lucas.
Linda, where are we headed?
Cole, you have no idea how exciting this day is. Welcome to the Dream Dome. And she ushers you guys as you're walking across the bridge together. It's so good to work with you again. Now, who has worked with Ms. Lucas?
I'd imagine Beowulf has.
Can I get a little bit more, like, what facility is this? What is the facility called that we're at?
So you guys are at the Dream Dome, and it is a massive, like, arena-sized building, and you guys have only seen the outer ring of it. You guys know that there is something inside this building that is very special when it comes to filmmaking, something never created, never seen before, and you guys had to sign a lot of NDAs to even show up here.
NDA'd out of our minds.
And that's what we're doing here, is we're here for a movie contract?
Absolutely. You're about to see the future of special effects.
I've worked with Linda before. Cole Steele's worked with Linda.
So is Beowulf for sure.
I wanted to do the joke with the kid. Isn't there like he's like, Linda, listen. Isn't that like a, you know?
listen.
What is that from?
It's like this, isn't it like this like short little video of this kid where he's trying to tell like his babysitter or his mom, but Linda, listen, Linda. And he's just like, Robbie, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forget what it was about, but it was pretty funny. It's like he was talking to his mom the way his that his dad does or something. It was pretty funny.
I'll send it. I'll find it and send it to you.
Oh, so Devon, I don't think Devon would know who this lady is. Devon's pretty busy doing his own things, and then when he gets a contract to come here and sees the paycheck, he definitely got interested. So Devon doesn't know who she is.
She's one of the most famous filmmakers on the damn planet. It'd be like not knowing who Steven Spielberg is or the Pope.
Okay, then Devon knows who she is.
And she shakes your hand. It's so nice to meet you in person. The hype around your video is one of the reasons why you're here. But also, no funny business. All right, buddy? All right, mister? No funny business while you're here. I know you're tight. I know you're a prankster.
Devon shakes her hand, and he shakes her hand like really, really fast up and down. And he's like, yeah. Like anytime Devon talks, is always energetic, super talking really fast, and he makes eye contact with her, and he like keeps looking around at other places as he's shaking her hand. Yeah, no problem, lady. No funny business. You got it. No, you got it.
And then she goes up to Beowulf and gives him a hug. Beo, baby, it's been so long.
Beowulf will pull her in, like for a real nice tight hug, and whisper in her ear, "Hey, it's good to see you. Any idea when the funds are going to be deposited in our accounts? I just, there's some bills hitting soon, and it's fine. I just don't want to have to move some things around from outside accounts. Any idea?"
Just send me an email. I'll forward it to my assistant, and she'll take care of you. Rapidly. She says very quietly.
Okay, and I'm sure Linda's trying to pull away. Yeah, and I'll kind of pull her back in for a bigger hug and be like, can you just have, it's kind of important, if you don't mind. Thank you so much.
You know, and we're old friends. You could have reached out to me weeks ago.
Oh, no, it's honestly, it's fine. Again, I just, so many assets in different places and real estate. He's just like trying to think of things that people have, and stocks and bonds and amusement parks. You know how it is.
Yeah, I'm going to connect you with my accountant, and after this, we're all going to be okay, huh?
Okay. I give her a big hug again.
As this is happening, Devon is aggressively elbowing Cole and like pointing at it, like even though Cole's probably already looking there, and Devon's like aggressively elbowing Cole, like look at that guy.
Beowulf.
Yeah.
It sounds like you need some new representation.
No, I'm fine. Honestly, I do local commercials, and I got one lined up for some real good, some high quality lube. I'm fine. I just, I just wanted to avoid having to sell extra assets.
I know all about your background, Wolfie. Can't do your own stunts. Surprised you're on this film.
You know that was a lie. That was a lie. I do all my own stunts. You'll see. You'll see soon.
Well, listen,
I just didn't want to sell assets.
I'm the star of this show, and you better not bring me down.
Boys,
We're going to make a lot of money off of this, all right?
you haven't seen anything yet. Are you kidding me? Come on, let's go. And she ushers the three of you into the inner circle of the building, and it's completely, well, it's not completely empty, but it's this huge, massive area, way larger than even like an airplane hangar. And in the middle of it is a massive, solid black dome. Surrounding that dome are a whole bunch of shipping containers. You see movie props, you see racks of clothing, production trailers, lighting equipment, and a whole bunch of like movie making supplies around this massive black bean-shaped dome inside this arena. It is the zenith of film making technology, the Dream Dome. A massive, dynamic, flexible dome that conforms to your every movement. 55 billion cameras capture every move from every angle. 41 billion hard light sensors that project augmented reality into your eyes. And groundbreaking, rapid, solid air propulsion technology that makes it all feel real.
Devon really likes this lady. She seems really energetic and super into what she's doing. Devon really likes her.
This is the future.
Linda, the explosions. I need to make sure that they're top notch.
Oh, my goodness.
Are they going to look good?
It is, the light is real. It's real in your eyes, and it's really happening. It's not in post. It's not a special effect. To you, everything feels real. It's the world's first fully interactive virtual space. The world's best movie studio.
I like what I'm hearing.
Linda,
Yes.
did I sent you guys a request for extra insurance. Did you guys I'm paying a bit extra out of pocket for the better insurance rate. Did you guys see that?
Yes, but you know what? You're not going to need it. I'm going to show you how this machine not only lets you do the craziest stunts, but is always there to catch you at the same time.
He's going to need someone to catch him.
As you guys are walking and talking, you're walking past sets and props and trailers and production people and people pulling out costumes and things like that.
It all sounds great, Linda. I just, like people trip. People trip. And I just want to make sure you got the paperwork. You know how it is. It's
Absolutely.
moving assets around,
Absolutely. And you know what? This Dream Dome is limitless. It makes your skills look limitless and effortless. And the three of us, together with the Dream Dome, after a few weeks of training and practice, we're going to start bringing in all the other actors, and we're going to make the world's first limitless action movie, Candy Crush Saga 11, Sweet Revenge.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, that sounds awesome. Holy crap, that sounds awesome. Look at all this equipment around here. Everything looks super expensive. Man, I'm telling you what, I've never been on a set like this that has so much equipment around here. So expensive. Casey, is there something high up that looks expensive? I want to tag something with a sticker that says Lark Park on it.
Oh, yeah, there would be actually, you can totally drive cars into this. So whatever some of the fanciest, most futuristic sports car are, there are just a couple of them sitting around.
Yeah, I slap a Lark Park sticker as my tag that anytime I'm, hopping and jumping around on things, I always have to tag with a little sticker. So I just slap it on one of these expensive looking cars, like right on the bumper.
Lucas, she's out in front of you. She doesn't even notice.
Then the car, I'm just gonna jump over it too.
So the three of you are about halfway down this massive black bean dome, and there is a wide service escalator that takes props and people up into the dome. Imagine like a ramp leading into a massive spaceship. You'll see that we have to move up to enter the dome. The base is about 4 stories tall to accommodate all of the technology within. The walls and ceilings are also very, very deep. And you guys get on this escalator and it begins to move up the ground and towards this giant black dome. And at the very top of the escalator, you end up parking at an endless white void. You're inside the bean, and there is nothing. Just infinite space, is infinite opportunities. All right, follow me into the white space. It'll all make sense in a second. And all 4 of you step off of the platform and start walking into the endless white void that is the inside of the Dream Dome. Under us, beneath us, around us, the culmination of modern augmented reality technology. And the first to require nothing of you. It's adaptive, it's reflexive, it is AI controlled, it is dynamic, it is incredible. And as she says that, one of her screens that's floating about her floats in front of her, and she starts moving some sliders and like even typing in some letters. Okay, so let's talk about the layers of the simulation. Say we're in the Wild West. She taps her screen, and then boom. You are all now on the edge of a Wild West town. You guys feel sun beating down on you. The wind is blowing. You smell horse shit and dust. You see, old-timey people walking about, doing their daily business, chatting with each other. The sheriff, the priest, the bar wenches.
What does it feel like? Can I bend down and like grab the? If it's an old Western town, I assume it's probably desert and sand. Can I grab like some sand on the ground? What does that feel like to me?
It feels like sand.
I can pick it up and hold it in my hand and like blow it off my hand too. Wow.
Yeah, she sees you doing that, and she's like, it's all a trick. It's all a trick in your brain. The augmented reality in your eyes. The pressurized air creating the sensation of sand. Massive, massive computers calculating every single particle of sand in every single piece of physics.
I'm going to yell, hey guys, watch this. Hey, whore. How much? I'm yelling at one of the ladies that you said.
I haven't added us to their simulation yet, so they can't hear us yet.
Oh. And he feels lame again.
Yeah, that was your first response. Maybe dial it back during the demo here.
Devon just cracks up laughing at Beowulf.
I thought it was going to be cool.
Well, all right, I'll show you something cool. All right, so this is the full simulation, right? Each element adds a lot. I'm going to take them away one by one to show you. And she reaches at her screen and pulls a slider down. First, the whole surface of the beam is permeable to allow smells. And by the time her finger gets to the bottom of that slider on her screen, you guys stop smelling anything. Like it just smells like the kind of fresh industrial clean room smell.
That's good, because I just farted.
We also have perfect temperature control and heat lamps. And she moves another slider down, and you guys stop feeling the sun beating on you. And of course, a large array of AI-controlled air jets for the wind, and she slides that down, and the wind disappears. And speakers everywhere. Every surface is a speaker, and the simulation knows where you are to simulate the sounds. Every person's sound modeled individually. It has scanned your ear, so it knows exactly what sound should sound like to you. It's done it already just by walking in through the room. And the slider goes down, and it's just silent. The people walking about, the busy little western town, no audio anymore.
Devon says out loud, "So we're in like the Matrix?"
It's more of a hollow deck, but yes, you could call it that.
Devon wants to test out his hops. How can I still jump as high as normal?
Yeah, you jump up and it's very normal.
What she said at the beginning is like was saying that there's not much skill required anymore because there's no threat. So then like Devon kind of thinks in his head is like this is going to like no more stuntmen, no more doing your own stunts or anything like that. That's what Devon's thinking. But then like he's thinking like, well, why do they need us in here? Like we're kind of like the stunt people. We're the actors. Why do they need us in here? Because they can fill any Joe in here and have them do this stuff. If they can create this augmented reality, then I'm pretty sure they can create stars inside it too.
Are you saying that to her?
No, I'm keeping it to myself because I still want to make money off of being an actor. So I'm not going to let her know like, hey, you can hire any Joe. If this simulated world can do anything that we can do, then like, what's the point of hiring, expensive actors anymore? So Devon keeps it to himself.
Yeah, you could ask that same question in this day and age, and honestly, the only answer is famous people put butts in seats.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good answer.
So, each of you have different audiences and cachets that are needed to sell some tickets. Okay, here goes a big one. These are the AR, augmented reality emitters, that are beaming the visuals directly into your eyeballs. And the AR emitters are sensitive enough that what each of you see can be tailored for your own personal experience. And she moves the slider down, and the visuals, the people start to fade away, but all the structures and the people walking around, they are projections of the floor. Like the floor has lifted up, and it's like weird flat walking tombstones. Everything is very plain and very white, but you can still see vibrations, tiny vibrations in the air, creating all the details of the simulation. Like if someone had a hat or hair, they might look kind of blocky as the face, as like this white, very flexible, futuristic material is coming out of the ground. But then there's like a little bit of like vibration around it. And when you reach out to touch maybe like a fence or a rock on the ground, it looks like very basic, a geometric shape. But then you touch it and you feel like the rock that was there is still there because of the air pushing up from it. And it's very much tailored to like where your hand is and how it's working. And you can kind of see the air moving around it and pushing back on your hand. So you can't even like push through it. See the vibrations creating the details? That's our patented rapid air propulsion technology. It uses rapid solid air propulsion around it to make everything feel real. And she drops another slider, and those little vibrations around the white objects that, make up the buildings and make up the walking people, those vibrations disappear. Okay, all right, last one. And she slides it down, and then all of the white buildings and the white blocking of the people sinks down into the floor. You are now back in the endless, empty, white void.
We're going to make a lot of money off of this. I have a good feeling about this, Linda.
Well, we've spent a lot, so I hope so. We've spent a lot.
It looks like you spent a lot. Holy moly.
So the simulation can be combined to create special effects. All right. Let's try this. And she starts tapping on her screens. And then you guys are all instantly in a grassy valley surrounded by oddly shaped, like geological structures, like just weird rocks kind of coming up around you at the distance. Check this out. I've always wanted to do this. Lucas just jumps straight up with one fist in the air, rocketing up in the air like she just like is a superhero, lifting up 50, 60 feet in the ground. And while she's suspended in the air, she says, "It looks like I flew up here, but the floor lifted me. The AR emitters trick you into seeing through the platform." And then as she's up there to you guys, seemingly floating, she says, "Special effects and superpowers look and feel real to the actor." And she points at a one of those rocks in the distance and just Goku's it. Just a huge blast of light from her fingers and a beam of energy flies across through the valley, blasting the fields of grass apart until it hits the rock and explodes.
She's a wizard.
Beowulf wants in on that action. He points his hand, Superman style, like in a fist, straight up, and goes, "To the moon!" and tries to jump and fly.
You don't. Sorry, I haven't placed you in the simulation yet, but I tell you what, I'm about to. In like a minute. I'm so sorry.
Devon cracks up laughing again.
Listen, this guy is this isn't gonna work if he keeps doing this. All right,
Beowulf, honey, I got something very special for you, just for you. Watch this.
Beowulf tries twice again. He keeps going at it. Like, he probably falls at least once, like trying so hard. Like, this is a great microcosm of Beowulf. He's gonna try so hard and probably fall and hurt himself. Like, just minor.
Yeah.
While he's doing this, I'm gonna try and talk to Linda. Say, listen, we might need to find a replacement for this guy. I don't know if I can work with this.
Oh, come on. People still love Beowulf, and they love a redemption story. And Beo, this one's for you, honey. Even if I fall, the Dream Dome's AI will catch me while making it look like I'm falling for very, very real. It's like the whole room is a crash pad. It is incredibly safe. And at this point, actually, because she's just looks like she's floating up in the air. Below her, the simulation disappears, and you see that she's standing on a giant white tower that is created by the Dream Dome, and that she was just standing up there, technically. And then as she falls, that tower morphs and like creates a platform and shoots air up around her, so it looks like she's falling. Like, it just looks like she's totally falling, and then boom, just lands on the ground, and it looks very real and very convincing. And then she just gets up and kind of shakes her sweatshirt and adjusts the waist on her pants. It's terrifying the first time I did that, but now I can't stop. I just love being in this room. I'm here all the time. I can't leave. I'm here to direct things. I'm here to make things. And I'm just here to have fun. This is life-changing.
Am I going to be able to fly at some point, or am I missing that?
Oh, yeah, it's time. Are you boys ready for your demo?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, so we still do use a lot of props. It's very nice to have something tactical in your hand. And from behind you guys, it's almost like warping out of nothing, almost like a bubble pops, and then coming, through the white void and into the grassy area that you guys are in is a small white robot pulling a much larger trailer behind it. And the trailer unfolds into a small armory. Swords, glaives, heavy armor, light armor. It is just from multiple eras of time, like future stuff, tactical stuff, just tons and tons of different sorts of martial equipment are there. Fellas, take what you like. And this is the point where all the equipment and armor you guys place on your character, you will be picking it off of this armory. So, Chuck, what did Cole Steele pick up off of this trailer?
I pick up a +2 rapier, a set of daggers strapped to my side, Don't know if I'll need an adventurer's kit, but I've got one. Filled with shit. I've got some arrows. And a bow. A short bow, that is. And that's all I'll need.
Robbie, what does Devon pick up?
Devon picks up a rapier, some half plate, and a shield. A really small shield that sits like on his, like the size of a head of a shovel. It just sits on his left arm, and
Like a
some
buckler?
half plate. Yeah, buckler.
Matt, what does Beowulf pick up?
Yeah, he grabs a half plate as well, so it's kind of like armor that covers your main organs but leaves your limbs kind of unarmored. And then he grabs a glaive, which is kind of like a spear but with a short sword at the end of it, a nice curved scimitar at the very end, and that's my +2 item. And then some throwing axes as well.
Once you finish putting on your equipment, the trailer folds up and leaves. How do you boys feel about ninjas? The three of you are standing around a campfire in feudal Japan, as far as you can tell. Soon after she says ninjas, the three of you hear soft footsteps on the ground and turn around, and right in front of each of you are two ninjas. Some with swords, scimitars, bows, spinning them, and each of you have two right on you. Beowulf, what do you do?
So define right on us. Are they in melee range?
Oh, yeah, they dropped off the building or something, or were spawned in or whatever right next to you, right behind you. So you turn around and they're right in front of you.
Oh shit. Okay. Let's first off I'm gonna kind of grab my glaive and squeeze it really hard, and I'm gonna go into a rage, and I will swing twice at one of them. I got a 14 and a 21.
21 hits.
13 damage.
What is that? Is that a strike down? Is that a stab? What is that?
This one is going to be kind of... So the first one was like a feint to the left, and then this will be, like a stab. Although you can use it as a slashing weapon as well. But this was a stab.
Yeah, so you make contact with that ninja, and he goes, ugh, and just like a cheap villain in in an action movie, just you could tell is pretty done.
Okay.
Like you got him.
Yeah, and I assume it felt pretty real, felt cool.
Yeah, it felt like you were hitting bone. Like it's actually kind of disturbing to you when you stabbed that glaive into his chest.
Beowulf's been doing local gas station commercials. This is kind of bringing Beowulf back to. He's feeling pretty good about this.
Devon, Lark, what happens when you turn around and see two ninjas in front of you?
Can I just do a front flip and I get to the other side of them? Because if I turn, then I'm turning my back to that fire that we're next to, that campfire. So I want to do a flip and get to the other side of these guys.
Sure.
And after that, I'm going to attack one of them.
And when you do this flip, you feel extra light. This feels weirdly extra effortless.
A 26 to hit.
Hits.
I'm going to do a pushing attack and try to push this ninja into the fire. Make a strength saving throw.
14.
You fail. When you hit with a weapon attack, you can expend one superior die to add to the total to the damage roll. And if the target is large or smaller, it must make a strength saving throw, DC of 16. On failure, you push the target up to 15 feet away from you. So I push him into the fire.
Yeah, so wait, what weapon did you use to do that?
My rapier.
Yeah, so you flip over and you're swinging your rapier around as you flip and knock that first ninja back into the fire and starts yelling, ah, patting his back. And the lighting is real. This virtual person really looks like they're on fire. And now their fire is making the space illuminate even brighter.
That's 8 damage, piercing. Does my extra attack have to be on the same target, or I can hit the other one?
I'll let you hit the other one for this for sure.
Sorry, it was 8 damage and then plus my superiority die, which is another 6 damage.
Yeah, that guy's just in the fire, burning and rolling on the ground.
Okay, I attack the other one, and I critically miss.
It's your own damn fault, man. You fumble with your rapier. It is not the simulations issue, but as you're fumbling with the rapier, you actually it feels like it got shoved back into your hand.
Huh. And for the rest of my movement, I have, during your turn, if you make a weapon attack on a creature, that creature cannot make opportunity attacks against you for the rest of their turn. So after I swing at this guy, I'm going to use my rest of my movement. I'm going to say I use 10 movement to flip to the other side of them. And so I have 35 movement left. And so after that, I'm just going to do a bunch of backflips. Test out this dome that we're in a little more. So then I do some backflips to get away. So I'm 30 feet away from them, this one ninja.
Yeah, again, you feel like, usually like you do a backflip, it's a lot of effort. You feel the muscles. You're really, really engaging on your balance and your movements, and it feels so effortless in here. It's incredible. You feel like you could be acting and, be doing this sort of stunt all day long. Cole, unfortunately, those ninjas are a little faster than you are. And the first one swings its bow at you.
Swings a bow.
Shoots a bow?
Like a staff bow.
Oh, Donatello style.
Yeah, Donatello.
The first swipe at you was just a 7. The second swipe is a 17.
That is a miss. My armor class is 18.
Yeah, so this bow, it just inches away from your face, swings down and hits the ground. And then the second ninja approaches you from the side, Cole. And the first one's going to miss. The second one is going to be a 21, though.
That will hit.
And it hits you on the side, and it doesn't feel great, but it definitely does hurt a bit.
Can I uncanny dodge it?
Sure. And it does 5 bludgeoning damage. Matt, you still have the one ninja in front of you. This one has scimitars. The first roll is a 6, and the second roll is a 15.
Those both miss.
Yeah, so those scimitars, foom, 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 and you're just like, wah, 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 wah. Just nothing but air. Robbie, as you backflip away, that other ninja that is facing you starts running forward, and they have nunchucks, and they're spinning them about. And that is, the best roll was a 17, and the other is a 6.
Those both miss. And with this ninja's charging at me, swinging his nunchucks around. Devon looks kind of scared, and his eyes get really big as I brace myself. But then I remember that we're in this augmented reality, so then I kind of put my arms down and I don't brace as much.
And the other ninja that you threw into the fire kind of rolls down to the fire and has stopped moving and is just face down while slightly aflame. He seems to be out. Back to Beowulf.
I didn't even get a turn.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chuck. Cold Steel. Sorry.
Is Beowulf near me and the other ninja?
Yeah, you and Beowulf are probably 5 to 10 feet away.
The one that got a hit on me, I'm going to attack him with my rapier.
Go for it.
Twice. My first attack is a 25, and the second attack
It's a hit.
is a 20.
Also a hit.
All right, I got 15 damage on my first attack, and then my second attack will be 9 plus my sneak attack, which is 14 on top of that. So that's 24 damage for the second hit. And I'll use...
Yeah, how do you, take this ninja down with your rapier? What's it look like?
I take it and I stick it. Or I jump in the air and do a 360 spin and stab him right in the face.
He screams like it's a real person, and you see flesh and blood and sinew and bones as you cut your blade into his face. And he's ah! You hear like from nowhere, just like somewhere out there in the distance. Yeah, the special effects can be very real, or we can tone it down a bit. And she's talking, the gore, I have a slider for gore. Right now, it's on full realistic just for the simulation.
Keep it where it's at.
Is that your turn?
Is there anyone else nearby?
There's that one ninja right next to you. You got one of the two.
So that guy's dead. I'll use my bonus action to do an unarmed attack against the one right next to me. So I'll just do like a Michael Keaton Batman. Flex my arm back and punch him.
Yeah. Yeah, so you stab and slash at this one guy, at this one ninja, and the other ninja's right behind you.
So
you raise your fist back, and...
a 28 to hit.
Oh, yeah, just right square in the face.
And that's going to be 11 damage.
And the ninja goes totally cross-eyed, stumbles backwards, and falls on their back. Beowulf.
Yeah, I got one left in front of me. I'm gonna go ahead. Right, the other one is dead or no?
Yeah, the other one's gone. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like a swirling, like pullback move where I spin the glaive around my head, and then I'll swing actually 3 times because I'm frenzied from in my rage. I got a 26.
Hit.
21.
Hit.
18.
Hit.
Oh yeah, this guy's getting wrecked.
Well, yeah, what's it look like when you take this last ninja down?
Yeah, the spinning move, I'm going to say kind of distracted him a little bit, and it's going to be like 3 lightning fast strikes, just shoulder, shoulder, gut.
He crumples, falls to the floor. Ugh. Can we have some more, like, catchphrases or quips? Try to improv a little bit, guys.
I'm the best at what I do.
Hey, it wasn't even your turn, man. And I'll I don't know if he's near me or not, but I'll kind of shove him a little bit.
Yeah, he's actually, you guys are almost shoulder to shoulder at this point.
Yeah, that was a dick move. It was my turn. I just killed somebody. So I'm gonna like push him.
I thought talking was a free action in D&D.
I actually do push him. And then that's like my bonus action. That's the end of my turn.
All right, I'll allow it. Robbie, what does Devon do?
So this ninja comes running after me, and I look at him, and I use one of my catchphrases from one of my movies is because I kissed Tanya and she started chasing me, and I say to the ninja, "You're just after me for a kiss, aren't you?" And I don't think anyone's been hit yet. I kind of want to see what it feels like to get hit in this reality thing.
I was just hit.
Chuck got hit.
You did? I missed it.
You need to pay attention to the movie while you're in the movie, okay?
I'm so far away from you, I didn't see it. Devon says, Can you turn the gore down a little bit?
Maybe later. It's a little too late. Rules for this simulation are set.
Okay, Devon closes his eyes and I strike forward, and I will roll at disadvantage. First roll is a 28.
That's a hit.
Second roll is a 21. So 21 with disadvantage.
Yeah, both are hits. And so, yeah, you have a rapier, right?
Yes, a rapier.
Yeah, so you put your arm over your eyes, and like you stab, and the guy with the nunchucks just like runs right into it, basically. Ugh! And he falls. You hear, you feel the squishes, you hear the squishes, and he falls to the ground. Thud, thud.
Devon lets out like a little girly scream, "Ah!" And then I just run back to the other 2 guys.
Yeah, and there's one more ninja next to Chuck. And that ninja is going to attack you twice, and I'm going to assume miss twice. The highest roll is a 12.
Yeah, my armor class is 18.
Yeah, and this guy has just some daggers that he's spinning and swinging around.
You see me doing my Steven Seagal dodging maneuvers as this guy is attacking me with his daggers.
Your turn.
Oh, I go at him with my rapier, attack twice. First roll is a 16.
Hits.
A bam. Second roll. This might not hit. A 13.
Misses.
Anybody nearby? Am I nearby Beowulf for this guy?
Yeah, Beowulf's next to you.
All right, it's going to be 14 plus. I wish it added the sneak attack damage to it. It's kind of a D&D Beyond. Get on that 29 damage total.
What's it look like when you take this last ninja down?
I take him straight to the ground, and I just stab him straight through the heart with the rapier, and I tell him, I want you to look me in the eyes when you die.
He does.
And then I whisper in his ear, I'm going to make a lot of money off of this movie.
And as you're looking into his eyes and he coughs up a little blood, he starts to dissolve. And then the whole feudal Japan scene has disappeared and it's totally gone. And you guys notice that you are now instantly in a large sci-fi setting, and through a portal in the ground drops a massive ogre-like robotic creature with two metal gorilla-like heads that leans back and growls and rages at you in this harsh, horrible, mechanical tone. Beowulf, what do you do?
Oh boy, how far away is this thing?
Oh, he's 10 feet away from you. He dropped like right behind y'all.
Okay. Beowulf's Beowulf's here to make money but not be injured. So he's gonna step back 10 feet, and he's gonna. Beowulf's not quite sure about all this yet, so he's gonna he's gonna throw some axes.
All right, roll to hit.
$15, 16, and bonus action 26.
They all hit.
18 damage total.
Yeah, you throw the your axes into it, and they sink into its thin metal armor and rip and tear at its giant robot ogre body.
And then I had moved backward 10. Yeah, that's it.
Next up is Devon.
So on Devon's last turn, I closed my eyes and that ninja ran into my rapier and I killed him. And then I kind of just scream, ah! And then I run over and then I see Cole killing a guy and whispering in his ear and he's coughing up blood. And so then Devon goes, ah! And then starts running the other direction. And then this big monster robot kind of just drops down from the sky. And then Devon's like, ah! Even more. And so then Devon says to himself under his breath, he's like, the way of parkour is to keep moving, never stay still. And so I run up to this. You said it was robotic?
Yeah, imagine like a 16-foot robotic ogre with two heads and just huge, almost like a gorilla-like frame to it. Shiny, colorful chrome, red parts, blue parts. Like it's very a very busy and fanciful looking robot. And the whole space around you guys now is like some sort of city on a different planet, and there are tall buildings. Everything is like very chromed out and neon, like it's very bright and colorful.
So I run up to him. I have charger feet. If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line immediately before taking this bonus action, I can add a +5 bonus to the attack roll's damage, and I'm going to do that.
Cool.
So my roll to hit for my first swing is a 26.
Hits.
19 damage on my first hit.
Nice.
And I'm going to read you guys my sneak attack thing here, because since you are a swashbuckler, I read it over before. And let me find it.
It's rakish audacity.
Yeah, rakish audacity.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, thanks, Cole. I'm going to add my sneak attack damage to that, which is a 3, not very much. And then I'm going to do my extra attack. 25 to hit.
Hits.
10 damage. So my movement speed is 45, and you said he dropped down 10 feet away from us. So now I'm at 35 movement. And after I swing at him, since he can't take an opportunity attack, I run away. I do some flips, cartwheels to get 35 feet away from him. And that's my...
I feel like as you're doing this, you would like run up his leg and like jump off his thigh and onto his like bicep and do some slashing. Is that about right?
Yes, and I thank you, but I felt like I spent too much time on my turn, so I didn't go into that much the details on this. Yeah, so I imagine like as he's coming forward, he's kind of probably, this robotic guy is probably bent down some, so his left knee is bent, and I jump on that and I do a backflip, and as I'm like flipping over, I am like completely upside down, and I stab downward onto his head as I jump to the opposite side of him, and then I do some cartwheels and I get away from him.
Yeah, you do some serious damage. Are you now farther away from him than anybody else, or farther away from him than Cole is? I think Cole's the closest if you move more than 20 feet.
Well, from what I understood, the thing dropped down 10 feet, and then Beowulf moved 10 feet back. So Beowulf's 20 feet away, and if I move 35 feet away, I'm 15 feet behind Beowulf. So Cole is the closest.
Yep, Cole, you're 10 feet away. Actually, wait, you're 10 feet away, and it's not your turn. We're keeping that old initiative order. And after this giant ogre gets slashed up by Devon Lark, it runs towards you, and its fist transforms. One transforms into a big spiked ball, and the other transforms into an axe. And the first one swings down towards you. Ooh. It only gets a 10 to hit with its axe.
It's a miss.
Oh, and then we have a crit with the other hand.
Oh, uncanny dodge.
That just halves the damage, right?
Correct.
So it's going to do 18 piercing damage with that big spiked hand as it comes down on you. So halved would be 9. And if you feel it, and you look down, and it looks really kind of terrible. Like it slashed at your armor. You see blood, but you don't feel blood or anything. You know what I mean? Like it's like you don't feel like you're bleeding or anything. And you hear Lucas say from the background, "Don't worry about your own battle damage. It's all augmented reality being projected onto your body."
I'll act a little bit like, fuck.
Yeah, lean into it. Lean into the pain. That's perfect. Good job. And it's your turn, Chuck. This huge, towering, robotic ogre is standing above you. It just pulled a big, spiky hand out of your chest, and it's covered with blood. And its other hand, which is an axe, is stuck in the ground, dug into the metal floor of this futuristic city.
Well, since you said it was an axe? It's stuck
Yeah, the
in the
axe
ground?
is in the ground, yeah.
All right. I'm going to try and run up that axe up its arm and climb onto its back.
Go for it.
Do I need to make an acrobatics check or anything like that?
Sure. I mean, what are you going to do with your actual actions and stuff, though?
Oh, I'm going to run up and go right up on its head and start wailing down on it with my rapier.
Yeah, I think you can just do that. This arm is very wide. You have good balance. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
I'll do that. I run up. 28 to hit.
Hits.
For my first attack. And my second attack, 14. I'm guessing that's not going to do it.
That actually is going to do it.
Really? Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, this thing's hard to miss.
All right.
And every time you hit it, just like metal plating and panels just fly off. Like it's made to be destroyed, this thing.
All right, my first attack is 14 damage total. My second attack will be 12, but I'm also going to add my sneak attack because I, too, have rakish audacity. So that will be 12 plus 13, so 25 damage on the second hit. And I will spend a key point with my bonus action and do patient defense. I'll take the dodge action as my bonus action. So I'm just like standing on top of this guy.
Okay, just standing on top of being very observant of how it's moving.
Yeah, I'm like kind of surfing him. I'm trying to show up Devon Lark, right? Because he's like the parkour guy, but I want to show him like I'm the top action star of this day and age, and I'm going to show this young kid how it's supposed to be done. So I'm going to stay in the fight, and I'm going to surf this gorilla ogre thing.
Yeah, and this thing is like, it's shredded at this point. There are wires hanging out of its neck and sparks flying. Remember, it has two heads, so you've almost cut one of them off, and it's sparking and it's starting to twitch, but its axe arm is still on the ground, and it is Beowulf's turn.
Yeah, now it's Beowulf's time to shine. Then he's gonna put away his javelins and bring back out his glaive and charge at it. And the glaive has a 10-foot distance, so he's gonna get 10 feet away and swing 3 times. I got a 21.
Yep.
A 17.
Hit.
And a crit.
Hit.
A crit sandwich.
So just tell me how those 3 attacks take this Robo Ogre down.
Yeah, I think I'm going to run forward, like slash both of his sides, and then with the final one, like spin in a full circle and bring the glaive like straight through his knees, just like basically kneecapitate him. And I assume he crumbles down to the ground.
When he takes him out, I land down to the ground and I say, Wolfie! And I throw my arm up to give him an awesome handshake like, what is it, Arnold Schwarzenegger does in The Predator? Like the big old...
strong forearm handshake.
Strong forearm handshake. And
the meme,
that's
right?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need in this movie.
You got it, man. I'm going to really give it my best. You and me. And then... like, I put my arm around him. I'm really in on this bro hug here.
So when, like, Devon's fighting, like, real people in here, and it's really gory to Devon, Devon doesn't really like it's too realistic for him. But, like, fighting the robot wasn't that bad for Devon. And in most of Devon's movies, too, he's not like this action guy that goes out and kills people either. So this is kind of, like, weird to him of killing like a ninja in here. The first kill was a little bit too realistic of pushing the guy in the fire. I kind of figured it was going to happen, but man, it was like just seeing it and visualizing it for Devon and like seeing that is just too realistic.
Wow, Chuck gets his system back up and running. Let's go ahead and read a review. This one is from Astrology Dragon. They say, very enjoyable. I have loved listening to the podcast so far. The storyline is incredibly fun and unique. And I love the flow. The characters find ways to interact with their crazy situations. The descriptions of the surrounding areas were incredible. If I closed my eyes, it was almost like I was there alongside the characters. The way you describe different characters as well is so helpful and really allows me to visualize what is happening. The way you all seem to enjoy yourselves so much also makes me really happy, and it is really cool how sometimes more joking questions will lead to serious discussion lines. Very good work. I would only improve upon trying to leave stronger characterization with the personalities, but it is wonderful aside from that.
Well, thank you. And that's a glowing review.
I feel like description is honestly, if you're the DM, one of the most difficult parts of the whole thing. Don't you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah. To say that we're doing a good job, that makes me feel good. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And I like how most of our reviews, they always say that they feel like they're at the table with us too. I like that.
Yeah, that makes me feel good. I agree, because sometimes I was talking to someone on Facebook about that. 'Cause, like, just so you guys know, if you guys ever like try to talk to us on Facebook or anything, you'll probably get a response within 5 minutes. That's kind of my goal is within 5 minutes. But someone said that on Facebook the other day, and I commented, it's so weird to me when you listen to these other podcasts, a lot of them, and like, I don't know, it's just too smooth. Like, it feels weird. Sometimes it's like the game is not like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. At least not how we play.
Not how we play, that's for sure.
We edit out some garbage too, so.
Yeah.
I feel like no campaigns should be run like quote unquote by the book. Like, even the modules like are great in so many ways, but if your characters choose to go rogue, then good for them, you know?
Yep. Yeah, it's just the foundation.
What do you think of my lame insurance wanting superhero?
Oh no, it's good. Like, we need you in this campaign because the other two guys think they're too cool for school.
Yeah, I'm the anti other two guys for sure. Like, he's so lame.
Oh man, I think Chuck's done a great job with Cole. I like I like his Dr. Disrespectful vibe. But I was trying to figure out like a way to roleplay Devon, because I remember I was watching this guy review some VR games, and he was talking about how realistic it is because he played this gladiator game and he was like in a gladiator dome and he's using like a sword to cut people up and stuff. And he's like this is like, it's made him feel uncomfortable because it was too realistic to him.
Devon is probably the first person to notice that behind the crashed robotic ogre, behind Cole, behind Beowulf, is a bright bubblegum pink piece of taffy floating in the air, growing in size, being kneaded and folded in on itself. And as it grows larger, it starts to grow louder, and it starts to turn into a ring of folding taffy. And from inside the ring, there's just color, bright rainbow beams of light coming out of this portal. And after the rainbow beams start to show up and the portal starts growing, and it almost sounds like a freight train, candy just starts flying out. Peppermint, licorice, chocolate bars, cookies just start flying out of this hole as it keeps growing and growing and growing. It's 3 feet wide, 4 feet wide, 5 feet wide.
Linda, is this supposed to be happening?
It's so loud you can barely hear her if she yells back at you. And a piece of paper actually flies out and lands right on Cole Steele's forehead. Cole, would you like to read the piece of paper that just landed on your face like an errant piece of newspaper?
I would like to read it.
It is in the Campaign 10 channel on Discord.
So Cole pulls the paper down and reads it aloud. Dear traveler, if you found this diary, you found yourself in hell. It may look sweet and sugary, but under it lies a dark and malevolent force. However, someone seems to be helping us. Find the helper, and maybe you can make it out of here alive, unlike us. How do I keep getting stuck on these hellish islands? V.
The portal continues to grow wider and wider, more rainbow beams of light emerge from it until a ship, the front of a boat, a very long wooden boat, crashes through the portal. And it looks like to you guys it's crashing through, the metal and the parts and everything of the virtual space you guys are in. And floating down from this long boat are two Hansel and Gretel-ass looking kids. Right? They are in like overalls, like green lederhosen, blonde hair, and they're floating. They're like fully spectral. And they float down in front of the three of you, and it's still very, very loud. And the little boy says, "Greetings, human of the earth plane. We are wanderers of the plains. Your plane is in grave danger." And the little girl says, "Every generation, King Kandy of the Candy Plane challenges great warriors such as yourselves to a tournament. Please, we are impressed by your skills. Will you represent the Earth Plane?"
I'm gonna look to the other two real quick and say, did you guys read the script? I'll be honest, I didn't.
Beowulf, stay in character. Yes, we will represent planet Earth.
Devon does some like weird and cool hand moves. And then bows his head down. He's like, "It would be an honor." Devon looks over at Cole and nods like, "Yeah, stay in character."
Beowulf will take a step forward and like put a clenched fist on his heart, and then hold his hand, take that clenched fist and put it up in the air and say, "I will do what they said also."
Nailed it.
And then I nod and it's like smile.
The little boy says, "Join us on our vessel. We will ride the Rainbow Bridge into the land of Kandy." And you guys actually start floating. There's like a slight magical aura around you, and the three of you are floating and are lifted onto this boat as the boat moves back through the Kandy and Taffy portal down a rainbow bridge of light as the portal closes behind you.
Someone obviously spit their gum into the simulator.